Cause I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Well, we're back. uh, JR and I were just having a good conversation. Welcome in, Ron, too. Welcome in. Guys, welcome back. We're here with Ready to Love Detroit Style, okay? And this is episode 2. How's everybody doing today? Ron, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm great. And check your check the private chat in a second. I'm going to drop something for you, Ron. And JR, how are you doing?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm all good. How are you doing?
I'm better. I'm getting better. It's a process, but hope everybody else out there. The weather was nice today here. We got up to about 45 degrees here in Detroit. What was the weather like where you are, JR?
It was a wet one today. Started off the day wet and slippery, and then it was pretty chilled. I think today we had the coldest day of the year so far.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. And you, Ron, what's the weather like there in Texas? Or are you somewhere else? You can just tell us. Okay, I think I missed that. Ron, did you respond?
Yeah, so we got gorgeous weather. It's great.
Okay, I've got to get a new headset. Because apparently my headset is going in and out, in and out, in and out. But okay, we're gonna try to make it through this one so I can have one new for next week. Okay, so guys, what did you think of the episode this week? I thought it was actually pretty good. This second mixer and second chance. Where did JR go?
He might have had to sign back in because I think it was a glitch for a second. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, there he is. Okay. What I was asking, JR, I was asking, what did you guys think of the mixer, the second mixer this week? Well, you can go first, JR.
Yeah, it was interesting. I wasn't sure what they were trying to do at first, because obviously we left on the cliffhanger that 4 people were going home. So when Tommy came back and he was like, "No, you're not going home yet. You're going through to a second mixer." I thought to myself, okay, this could be interesting, because now everybody who's been positioned in the bottom has to mingle with each other to determine who goes home. So it's like those who are struggling will also have to put in a bit more effort to try and connect with people. So at first I was confused, but in the end, it kind of made sense. So it was different. I haven't seen that before on the show. So yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah, I thought so. What about you, Ryan? Did you like the idea that they did a second mixer and they enlarged it from just the 4 people and they brought in 10 people altogether? I believe 5 men and 5 women.
I did, but I didn't.
Okay.
So
Elaborate.
Well, like I said, I like the fact that I like the mixer setup, because I always liked the mixer because I always thought it was the most realist setup. Because everybody's kind of just moving around and have freedom to kind of mingle and talk and kind of put your best foot forward as a a real kind of meat market type of situation. Which is different than when you being on a date, you know what I mean, and you guys having to talk, and maybe the camera's right up in your face, you know what I mean, or close enough where you could, so it's just a different vibe. So I always like that vibe. Like I felt that something like this was gonna happen because I felt like last episode the two girls that they had in the bottom wasn't the two women that they wanted in the bottom. I think from a production standpoint. And sometimes that can happen. Sometimes the men, they put their votes in and people are like, nah, we ain't sending these two women home. We got to do something.
Right.
Like they put more people into the mix to kind of defend that moment right there where those two women, they did not want in the bottom of one of them leaving, which was Dominique and then that one girl in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I like the aspect of you getting a chance to come on, reinvent yourself. Because sometimes when you go to the first mixer, you don't know what to do. So you might not be 100% yourself.
Right.
You go in there, try to act like you were Denzel, didn't work. You come back.
Maybe be like Kevin Hart next time.
That you being yourself,
yeah,
being confident in who you are. It's the confidence that they look for, to attract people in a mixer segment. I felt that way in my first mixer. I was like, man, it was going so fast. It was going on, and you're trying to be something you're not. And because of that, I was in the bottom 2 or 3 or whatever it was. And then I came back to the second, date kind of mixer thing, and I was like, I'm switching my gear up. I'm coming more relaxed, coming more me. I'm going to lead with my strengths. And it was a lot better show out and ended up staying for a long time. So I definitely agree with the second mixer, the second chance, so people can kind of go be themselves. But when you got bottom people with bottom people, it can get tricky because you get a lot of the women are good actresses. So you get a lot of good actresses.
I got a question. I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second, Ryan. I got a question for you. So at your mixer, do you recall, was it like the way it is now still where they send people in to interrupt while you're in the middle of a good little conversation with somebody that maybe you got vibed for? They send in somebody. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, our second mixer was 100% like that. It was annoying as crazy. To the point where you really didn't want to even get into a conversation. I remember I was sitting there. Ida came over, put her legs around, we were talking.
Yeah.
And they came in and got her out of there quick. And put you with somebody that you don't even want to be with. And you're like, and then you just had to adjust, on the fly. And some people were getting mad. Some people, you know what I mean? So they're trying to, it was just that type, it was the exact same format. So they're going back to old format, what I'm seeing now. This is the format that they've been so far has been exactly kind of similar to what they did my season.
Oh, okay, going back to
so this is kind of like a second mixer. Our second day was kind of like a second mixer. It was just everybody was there, and they were doing as soon as you get into a good conversation, just switch here, you go here, you go here, you go here.
Switch everybody up. Yeah, because we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. We got a interruption that was real crazy, but I just want to say this. So this young lady right here, Dominique, I like that she came out and she said, you know what, this time around, I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna be more open. And I'm going to really try to get to know these guys. I thought that was good. That was Dominique. And then Ashante, well, not the best picture of her, but Ashante, is that Ashante or is that Christina? Wait a minute.
Hey, Christina, right?
Christina. Okay, yeah. Christina also kind of was like, yeah, I'm going to be more open too. So I like that at least the ladies were kind of being realistic and not looking at themselves like, oh, I'm so perfect. I could just do the same thing. So it showed me
they
that
still were. They just put that accent on.
Yeah. Well, yep. To your point, someone put on, because we see Dominique, and I thought it was an interesting setup later on where she's kind of, she's kind of cozying up to some people that I was like,
yeah, no, that's
I didn't think that would be your type. Uh, now I'm trying to think. These names are evading me right now. Jr., help us out. Help us out. I know you know everybody's names.
No, I don't know everybody's names yet. Season just started.
Okay, good lord. Okay. I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble. You guys are in the chat. Help. SOS. But anyway, these two were talking, and she was basically like looking at him like saying, you know what? This is not going so well. I don't know
Mm.
what it was about him, but she's kind of like, nah. So she didn't even try to put on any act. Uh,
No, she kept it real.
she kept it real. She did. She kept it real. Uh, this was funny. Xavier. Okay, so Xavier, I think Xavier is going to be one to watch. We're going to have to keep our eyes on Xavier. And over to the left, we have the attorney Diamond, I believe her name is. And the young lady that was here is somebody that Xavier was clashing with. Was that Christina? Because he and Christina didn't really hit it off the first go round on the first
Because
mix.
he wouldn't 12 for her. He wouldn't give her a 360
Dominique.
view.
Yeah, now tell me something, guys. Okay,
Oh,
so
that wasn't Dominique. That was
no, not Dominique. It was she was a little bit lighter than Dominique. That was
yeah.
her. That was her. But what? Okay, so Jr., what do you think about that? What did you feel about her being a little frustrated that he wouldn't twirl for her? What did you
Yeah,
think? Is that
I
normal?
thought I thought that was silly, and petty as well, because she kind of held on to that as the reason for him to go home as well. The fact that he didn't give her a little 360. Um, yeah, I mean it's something usually that guys ask girls to do. Um, and usually, um, a girl, if she's feeling you, she wouldn't mind doing it. If she's not feeling you, she'll shut it down and be like, nah, I'm not doing it. But I don't think she handled the rejection of the request very well. Um, and he clearly felt uncomfortable or didn't want to do it. So yeah, that was a bit strange for me.
Yeah. Okay. It was a little bit strange. And Diamond, I think, is getting a little frustrated. I don't think she's accustomed to dating where, and this is kind of one of the situations where I was talking to you about, Ron. I don't think she's accustomed to dating where somebody's always coming up interrupting her, or, she's talking to a nice looking gentleman. She's trying to get a vibe going. And then here comes Christina, or this one, or Dominique, or that one. What did you think?
About the interruptions, or just about her period?
Yeah, both. You can give me both.
Well, like I said, I think she did a good job of kind of getting around to meeting all the men. I think I
Yes.
think genuinely looking for a connection. So
Yes.
I don't want to take anything from her. It's just them lawyers don't be doing good on the first go around. And I know all these women like, oh, get your money, get this, and that. Dude, them
Hmm.
lawyers be getting dismissed
Mm.
a lot.
I guess I was thinking about on your season. What's her name? Coffee. Her last name's Coffee, I believe. Tall, beautiful brown skinned lady that was a lawyer.
Yeah.
Tyra.
But she don't. She's different though. She's a lawyer, but she knows how to play damsel in distress better than any person. You know what I mean? She ain't,
Oh, I
ain't no
gotta get her.
lawyer
Let's call her up. She
activity
know
coming out for her in her
be.
dating scene. Ain't no
She knows
You
how to
gonna
be real
be
feminine, huh?
huh?
She
Well,
knows
yeah,
how to
well,
be
she
real
ain't. Yeah,
feminine.
no, you gonna come in. You gonna pay for the dinner. You gonna do this. You gonna open up. You gonna do all that. Ain't no ain't no boss babe in me. I don't even. She don't even have a bone of that in her body. Like that ain't how she rolls. Ain't what she want to
Oh,
do.
okay. Oh, okay. Then that.
So if you coming in a little more, if you don't have her type of energy, Kyra, which is
Mm-hmm.
very hard to duplicate, and she doesn't, it's kind of tough on the attorneys and stuff. Like here in
Hmm.
Houston, like attorneys and nurses are like kind of like on the men's no dating list right now.
Oh wow! I'm not gonna even ask about the nurses. I think we talked about you and I and Jr. talked about that last season with the nurses. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. And Lauren, What did you guys think about Lauren? Uh, is it just me, or does Lauren seem to have a little bit of a chip on her shoulder? Jr.
Well, well, this is the one that asked, what's his name? To 12, isn't it?
Xavier.
Xavier,
Okay.
Xavier to
Okay.
12. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't sense that she's very interested in anyone at this point.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like she came across as kind of very quick to dismiss, like
Yeah.
not really
That's
giving people a chance to get to know her. Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to really bode well for her. Because it's still a numbers game at this point. So obviously we're not expecting like love at first sight or anything, but still you have to be open to the opportunity to getting to know people.
mm-hmm.
But she seems ready to shut people down very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought too. She's the one that came in the first episode last week. I think she said she's 6 feet, and then she wears heels, so she wants to
Yeah,
know if a guy is at least 6'5" or something like that. What do you think about?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4-inch heels. She's 6 foot. So there's a guy that's 6'2" there, and she was kind of towering over him, as if to say he's too short for her. No, I mean he's 2 inches taller than her without the heels.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I'm not sure who's going to be tall enough to meet her criteria out of the cast members so far. If height's such an important requirement for her.
Right. That's true. Uh, Ron, what do you think? What do you think about our sister Lauren here?
I think she wants what she wants. I mean, she's tall.
Okay.
She stated personally she wants a tall guy. Well, I ain't even going on here. She said if the guys ain't tall, so
Okay.
she wants 6'3", 6'3" and up, good looking and successful. I mean, it's hard to find on rated love
Right.
ain't conditions. And she's not. She's willing to die on that cross. Like
Yeah.
it ain't a bunch of adjustability going on with that.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Was
she
she
wants.
looking for the same guy that all the women looking for, basically, though?
And that's what she ain't. She ain't gonna accept less. Like she used to being around because she's pretty and she's tall. She used to be
Very.
around a certain type of guy. She she has 3 kids. Ain't worked out quite yet, but yeah, she's not at that stage where she's about to adjust it to a lower level just for this show or anybody else. So it's going,
Now
like I
you
said,
know
I
what?
see.
Thank you for mentioning that, Ron. I forgot about the 3 kids because she did talk about that. So I wonder what happened with the children's father. You know?
Mm,
Yeah, stuff like that happens, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what men be telling the
True.
women is, okay, once you get out that situation and you got the 3 kids and you had more experience and stuff like that, and you get back on the dating market,
Hmm.
you might have to lower that your standards a little bit because you have more, I ain't gonna say baggage, but experience and things
children.
of that nature.
Children. Yeah. Right. I'm glad
And
you didn't use
the women
baggage,
don't think that way. The women come in saying, "No, I like this. This is what I like. This is what I'm used to, and this is what I'm coming in the market wanting and ready to get." And they like, and men don't understand that because when I had my daughter, I was like, okay, well, it was a lot of women that didn't want. I was talking to back in the day didn't want a man with kids. Now I have to adjust that and lower
Ron.
my, you know what I mean, or
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't willing to really date a woman with that had a bunch of kids before. Now I have to adjust that. I adjusted my stuff quickly to make it fair, things of
Right.
that nature. But women are like,
So
nah, we don't
yeah.
see it the same way.
But you know what? I like it. You're being realistic and pragmatic. And I think we as women, like you said, things change over time. And it's not, I'm glad you didn't use the word baggage. Children aren't baggage. However, when you have children, sometimes you really have to look at it like, yeah, I need to readjust. Maybe my standards, like this lady here looking for somebody that's 6'5" and got all the things and attributes that you're talking about. They're successful, they're handsome, this and that. It's the man that every other woman is looking for. So like they're like maybe out of 100 men, they're like 10, 15 men that have those attributes, and probably half of those are already married. So who are we really fighting for here?
Exactly, and we need to also if we're looking at who her ideal or who she's looking for on the show, they also have to be willing to accept the children. And does
Yes.
she have a requirement whether they have children or not? Like the men that,
Oh, good.
because if she has a deal breaker, like you have to be 6'5", have no kids of your own, and she's very specific. Then again, it kind of makes it harder for the guys there to really connect with her because she's instantly like, nah, you're not tall enough. Nah, you've got too many kids. Nah, she's just excluding a lot of people and drilling down to who the potential could be. Um, there doesn't seem to be many options on the show for her. That's the case.
It is,
Yeah,
but I like
we
it like this. This is the honest thing because you got to remember she's on TV unless she's like on the news or something like Fox 2 News or something. So she's not gonna go to the end with a guy just for the show sake, just for the TV sake. She don't need
right.
to do that. She's already on TV. So like it's gonna have to be a real connection with her or somebody that she really feels. And I think everybody should go in there with that mindset. A lot of people don't. It is a TV aspect to some people, but she doesn't have that barrier to entry like some of the other people in there who might be, you know, looking. Oh, I got to link up with somebody for the TV aspect of it, or it's a sense of fame in this, or it's just I want my 15 minutes of fame, whatever it is. Like I said, she's already on TV, so she's gonna be like, yo, I want the man I want, and if he ain't here, y'all got to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So we move on to our next couple having a conversation, and I'm rooting for this. Is two people that I'm rooting for just early off the bat from just a little bit I've seen of them, and that's Donna, the lady to the right, and then I believe he's Ed, the guy over here. Now they knew each other. They went to the same college, and she kind of had a crush on him, but he just treated her like a homie and not a lover and a woman like that. So, what did you think about them, Ron?
I like them. I like spin the block type of connections relationships. I know they get a bad rep, but like I said, she knows them. She's comfortable with them. She liked them in the past. She's willing to put in some of that extra effort where
Mm-hmm.
some of the women are kind of not. She's willing to zoom in. Men appreciate that on this show, that comfort level. And I think he's gonna open up a little more to her eventually because of that. And it's just a good recipe for ready to love when you're in this type of situation right here. So I think we're gonna see a little longevity of this couple right here, just from my experience with the show.
Okay, and what about you, JR? Any thoughts on this couple, Donna and Ed?
Yeah, I agree with Ron. Um, I think them knowing each other prior to the show
Mm-hmm.
and having good vibes between them, that obviously helped the process of coming on the show to a degree because you already see a familiar face. Um, and then because she had a crush on him back then, and he obviously knew who she was or whatever, but um, the situation just wasn't right. Maybe at the time there's other options available, or he had other connections, whatever the case may be, back in college. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they seem very warm to one another, and she's kind of picking up that he may actually have liked her a lot more than she thought prior to coming on the show, right? Um,
Right, right. He
and
noticed her. Yeah.
yeah, he noticed her. He knew exactly who she was, and he's all smiles. And they were, there was kind of like a little, um, not reminiscing, but they definitely seemed comfortable speaking on the couch together, and um, I can definitely see them going on a few dates and exploring that connection for sure. I think that's definitely a pairing that could um, go quite far this season.
Okay. Okay. All right now. We're gonna move over to this was interesting. You've got Dominique and is that Devon? I think that's Devon. Yes. Um, Dominique and Devon, they were sitting. Now this is outside of Comerica Park and Ford Field, where the Detroit Lions play at Ford Field, and of course, Comerica Park is where the Detroit Tigers play baseball. But so they're sitting above in this beautiful, nice, warm day, and they're overlooking those fields and enjoying the breeze and all the attributes and things like that. But when they were inside, Dominique told Devon, "Looks like you have something on your lip," and she leaned in to wipe it off, and he took that as a sign that he should go ahead and kiss her, and she just kind of moved back, avoided the kiss, skillfully, artfully so, and laughed and said, "Did you think that was your sign to kiss me?" And he said, "Yeah, I did, but I guess I was wrong." What did you think about that, Ron?
I'm going off my favorite Jay-Z line. Man, you was who you were when you got here. Like, come on, Devon. We know you the nerd. You ain't. That's why I hate, like, when you have a bottom mixer like this, because the women are putting on their actress hat and they're forced to give the guys compliments and stuff early. So they gave him a couple compliments because he came in with new sunglasses and a little suit, and he started feeling himself.
Yeah,
He's talking different and walking different, licking his lips and like he LL and stuff. Dude, you still the corny nerd that's supposed to be with the math girl that we tried to set you up last time. And you over here trying to play, that ain't your role, man. You looked at cringe, you looked at foolish the whole episode. You should have just took a couple of those compliments and got humble with it. And I think it went a long way. But these girls are playing with you. They don't have a prayer in the world to linking up with you. They're trying to stay on. It's elimination. It's a bottom elimination group, and you're the clown toy, and you fit right into it. And here's the thing with Ready Love: production knows you're not that guy,
right.
so they gonna play with you too.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't gonna end up good for you on this show towards now or to the end. It's about to be bad, man. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, I noticed too something about Devon. Devon, but I kind of like this for him. Now, I'm just say this, even though we know he's a nerd, I like this for him. Devon, no matter who he sat with, whichever woman he sat with, he made sure to lean in, get in close on that couch, throw his arms up around the back of the couch, like yeah, like he was like you said, he was feeling himself. Right, I agree with you. Jr., what do you think?
Yeah, change of outfit, change of energy and attitude, right? Confidence improved greatly, and he was receiving more compliments from the women um, for the little level up. So I can see why he was feeling himself a bit. He also had to change it up because his initial impression that he left just was not favorable for him. He got called feminine by one lady because of his gestures and mannerisms. He's talking about pets and animals to the dog lover, and how he doesn't like pets and this, that, the other. So he was down in the bottom for good reason. I think he just wasn't connecting. This time around, came in looking suave, looking dapper.
Yes, he did.
Trying to create like a playboy persona. Not a player, a playboy, like confident, suave.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, and I think it worked to a degree. But then with the whole leading in for the kiss situation, I think he just isn't someone well versed in the cues. Um, you know, it could easily be misconstrued as well. I would say it could be a
I
mixed
think
message. If someone is
I
doing
think she,
something like picking food off the corner of your mouth,
yeah.
that's something that you kind of, what, you noticed that? Oh, wait, you're actually touching me on my lips to try and remove it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I said it to you earlier. I think she kind of baited him with that one.
yeah,
I'll give him that. She kind of baited him because if I see a dude with something on the corner of his mouth or something, I'm just going, tell him. I'm not going in to try to remove it. That's on you.
exactly. It's like you're clearing the way for the kiss to happen too.
Yeah, there
Um,
you go. There you
right.
go.
But he didn't take it. He didn't take it badly when she rejected the kiss. They kind of laughed it off and made a joke about it.
They did. I
Because
like what she said. She told him, she said, you're going to at least take me to one. You're going to take me on a date first.
exactly, because the thing is, no matter how we look at it, if if you're kissing somebody, a connection on the show,
Mhm.
then you're pretty much nailing your post to the mast, right? You're pretty much saying, okay, I kissed this person. This is a connection, a solid connection for me, and whatever.
Right.
And so it's very early in the process to be doing that, marking your territory like that. So I can see why she was resistant and reluctant to do that with him.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Devon has watched much of this show. You just get that feeling. What do you guys? I don't think so.
He did. He is, like I said, he is who he is. He is the feminine Mandarin guy. Look at the way he was sipping that mimosa. Oh, like that's who he is. Like you could try to throw on your
You
Superman
didn't
cape
have to
and
go
try to.
there, Ron.
No, you could try to be that, but you are who you are. Like I said, he would have been better off, I think, just being himself and being the that the nerd guy and just being there. Because what's gonna happen is this. Yeah,
Mhm.
you could throw on a little suit and you could try to get swaggy with the bottom of the men, which who you were with now. But now
Mhm.
you're about to go back to general population, and there's some wolves over there, and them wolves are
General
gonna eat you up. And you come in, try to come in with that fake persona then when these boys come over there with the real Detroit swag and the real Cardis on, and it ain't gonna work. All the women gonna flock to them. They're gonna leave you back lonely in the dust because they're done acting. The actress level is over. Ain't nobody gonna be rubbing your lips and stuff when there's other better options of men on the other side that are being themselves and being real masculine and things of that nature. And you're gonna be sitting around like, man, I thought they was feeling me. What happened? I was sipping the mimosa, I had my glass, I had my suit on, and all the women were with me.
Right.
No, they was with you because you was with the lower end of the competition.
And
They wanted your vote because it was
and
the
they
bottom
right. That's
second
the
That's
part.
mixer.
true.
Now you in the real stuff, and they get one-on-one dates now that are already scheduled out and stuff. You gonna be left in the dust again, and it's gonna hurt your feelings because you bought into all this.
I
You
got
should
to
have just
I
been humbled and just been yourself.
Ron, I have a question for you, and if Jr., if you want to chime in after Ron, this is not related to Devon, but you mentioned feminine mannerisms. Is that a thing where some men just by nature, maybe they grew up in a household full of women, didn't have a father figure in the house? Um, do you think that's a thing that some men just have that? It doesn't necessarily mean that they, are gay or anything or bisexual, but what do you think? Where does that come from?
I don't know. I know a few guys that are kind of like that,
Hmm.
and really and truly, I know them. So I know they're the most masculine men I know. Like something one of the top, niggas have both of them. Sometimes they do a little mannerism. I'm like, oh, that's. But I know they're
That's
naturally
different.
masculine, real men. They're like women.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like one of my
Yeah.
good friends on the DC cast, Dante, one of the most masculine men you would ever imagine and stuff. Got 6 kids everywhere, stuff like that. But a woman will see him over, the way he dressed and the way, and they might say something, you know what I mean?
Kind
Or
of
think
question.
something,
Yeah.
but they're way off. So yeah, some dudes do have that. So I'm not the type of person that go in and ever call a man gay right away or anything like that. And I hate it when women do it because black
Yeah.
women call you gay quick as hell.
Oh, don't put that on us. Don't
Oh,
put
y'all
that
do.
on
That's one
us.
of y'all. That's one of y'all trigger mechanisms. That's one of y'all comebacks. Y'all call
Yeah.
Mike Tyson gay. You know what I mean? It don't matter how masculine the
His
guy is.
voice.
It's
It's
already
his
a
voice.
trigger for you guys anyway.
Yeah,
But let
it's
alone him
Mike's
coming with the
voice, but
mannerisms.
right. Okay.
If you look at the chat, like him and then the other guy who was a chef, the whole
Yeah.
chat from the Ready to Love thing was
Mhm.
who's gonna tell them? That's the line.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna tell them?
Who's gonna tell them that they're kind of
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
that's all they
Mhm.
were listening with
Let me
these
catch you
guys.
with
Like I
this chef.
said,
I'm
like
gonna have to go back and look at his situation. Jr. You want to give us up? Thank you for that, Ryan. Jr. You had anything to add? I'm just curious as a woman. I want to know. I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not a nice thing to be called. If that's the first impression that that a lady gets from you, that you have feminine gestures and movements and stuff,
Mhm.
that's going to hinder your progress rather than help you.
Mhm.
And when the ladies were deliberating, it did come up a few times. Yeah, I'm just not feeling him because of the mannerisms and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's not a positive thing in the dating market.
Mhm.
I would assume. But yeah, you can't help it though. If that's how he is, that's how he is. You know, if he's been, you know, he's a grown man or whatever, late 30s, early 40s. So, you know, if he's been raised a certain way or he's developed those characteristics as part of his personality, you know, then that's him, and it may turn off some potential suitors straight away. Um, but yeah, so I don't think he would be on the show if he wasn't attracted to women, first of all, because
Okay.
this, you know, we've never had a, um, you know, a gay pairing up on one of these shows.
No,
So,
no, no, no,
Go back to
no.
Washington D.C. Go back to that another chef
I ain't
guy.
saying no. We ain't gonna
I,
get into it. But let's just say that's. I'm just gonna tell you that's
was
funny.
that on the show or was
you
that
can't.
off the show? Because I don't remember
That's
two
funny.
guys getting together.
Oh no, no, yeah,
Oh
nothing
no, no! I
didn't on
didn't
the
say.
show.
Oh wait a
Never
minute.
will.
I'm
But
gonna let Ron talk. Go ahead, Ron.
yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. We're not gonna say we ain't gonna. We gonna be an honest podcast. We ain't gonna lie, but we ain't gonna we gonna leave it alone. But
Yeah, we can't say. Yeah, cause okay. Yeah, no, my spirit, my discernment on that DC cast, that guy. Nope,
Okay.
nope. You
Well,
can't
I
tell.
didn't see that. Remember,
It's
I'm
not.
across the pond. I didn't see that. I just
Mm.
saw what they showed on the show, and I didn't.
I mean, I
that
don't see him do
that may be
what
some
another
backstage
guy,
tea.
but
That may be some backstage tea or some off camera tea. But I
yeah,
was under the impression that, you know,
yeah.
these are straight couples that are looking for each other. You know.
I agree with you. That's what we would mostly like to think. But that's I think, as a microcosm of real life, you do know that of course, and that goes for the women too, that there can be people that are bi, and not everybody who is heterosexual looking for a person of the opposite sex wants to be with someone that's necessarily bi, because that means that you're not going to be sure if they're going to leave you for, I mean, it's just
you got to look at it. This
it's a
is
lot.
TV. TV is in the arts,
It's
and a
the
lot of
arts, but
people
it's
from
real
that
people in
community
it.
look
Yeah.
for opportunity in the arts, in the creative space, and things of that
Yeah.
nature.
There
So
we go.
somebody's not going to not go on the show if they think it's some opportunity that might come in the art space or whatever space that they're kind of into,
Right. To get them
just
shown
because
and
sexual
seen.
orientation might not be 100% of what their key is. Because some people, like I said, some people here are, we want to come with the aspect that everybody here is just strictly looking for love and that's all and that's is, but that's not the truth. Some
Yeah,
people have different motives and things of nature they're looking for when they get on the show, and it's not
right.
100% always about the connection and the love
Right. That would be
with
like
everyone.
saying that there aren't people coming on any of these reality shows to come up as content creators and brand deals and things like that. That would be the same type of naivete, I would think, because we know that some of these people aren't here to find love. They're here to get bigger and grow their following. So, but anyway, nonetheless, moving forward, so the guys are chatting, having a good time. You got Richie, still bad with the names. Anybody want to tell me, help me out with the guy on the left? And Tommy's come back into the group and saying, "Hey, look, this is your second chance mixer. Mix it up, do well." Later on, they're out on the patio, and the thing I couldn't understand is, unless you guys want to help me out, I didn't see my boy Richie. I didn't see him really talking much to any of the ladies. I saw him kind of like in group scenes with the guys and some ladies, but it was almost like um he didn't. I don't know if he had the confidence to approach the ladies one on one, or uh any thoughts on that, JR?
Yeah, I only saw him in a couple of scenes, very few. He wasn't
Right,
prominent. He wasn't prominent on this episode.
right.
I don't know what that was.
That's
I
what I was.
can Yeah, I can kind of see that there were some guys who did better than others in this second mixer, um, and they garnered a lot of the camera time and a lot of the attention from the ladies or whatever. But
Mhm.
no, I mean, I didn't really see anybody sit down with Richie this particular episode.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ron, what about you? Any thoughts?
That's not true. Like everybody in a mixer is talking to everybody. Everybody is having conversations. It's not a situation where just because you don't see them on camera, that person's sitting in the corner looking at the wall. Nobody's going over to talk to them. But you know, you gotta understand when you're doing the episode, you kind of know who who's going to be in the bottom two or who's going to leave or not. So what you do is you're looking at for them to say something cringe or something like that, so you can kind of make the reason of why they're in that situation. And that just meant he didn't say anything cringe. He was having regular conversations, and they were coming off okay. You know what I mean, for the most part. You know what I mean, nothing too romantic, nothing too offbeat. So it's like that doesn't really go with my narrative, that I'm trying to push. Or I'm not going. It ain't really nothing to show. So you're gonna get less camera time in those type of situations.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Because I like Richie. Um, then we move over to Carmen and Dominique. And I was shocked. This is where I almost lost it. I said, now, wait a minute. That is not Dominique allowing Carmen to put his arms around her shoulders and lean into him and flirt with him shamelessly, um, almost as if she saw him for the first time, like she didn't see him at the first mixer. Jr., any thoughts about their all of a sudden their closeness?
Well, it seemed like Cardi definitely had a confidence boost as well. This time around, he seemed, he gives me Drake vibes for sure. Like he
Okay,
definitely came across like,
Drake.
yeah. Um,
He does,
but
man.
but he definitely received a confidence boost this time around, and you can see he put his best foot forward as well. He was kind of shooting his shot, taking advantage of the opportunity while she's sitting next to him.
Mhm.
Um, and she actually liked the fact that he had reached around and grabbed her before she even knew it. Like, he had his arm around her and she felt comfortable with it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so whether she's genuinely feeling him or whether she was just doing the rounds to try and make sure she stays on, I think it could be a bit of both. I don't really see him as one of her solid connections. It's still very early, but she was warm and receptive, and I think that's all you can really ask for at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan, what are your thoughts about Cardi and Dominique?
I think this is more about Dominique than it is about Cardi. I think Dominique really took in the information from the first mixer and said, "Okay, I can't be 100% myself with these guys because I came in like I'm her. I'm the one
Mhm.
dated the athletes. I'm the one with the line. I'm the one that I'm Miss this in Detroit, Miss this and that." And she saw that energy, threw the guys off, and then the guys did not hesitate to put her in the bottom. So now she goes, "Okay, I got to put my actress hat on and be softer, a little more flirty with these guys, and give them that confidence boost and things of that nature." So you should see her switching it up until she doesn't have to no more. But and that makes the guys feel comfortable, like I said, because she knows how to do that. She knows how to flirt. He's not 22. So yeah, you take Cardi, who was having trouble talking and things of that nature and very nervous in this mixer setup, and you take Devon, who was a nerd, and you got them feeling like they playboys of the year and stuff because Dominique is able to bring that confidence in them by having a very confident woman within herself put on her actress hat and flirt with them a little bit. So that's just all
Okay.
that is. And now you seeing both of those guys doing the same, yarning and putting the arm around and a little more eye contact and
That
all that type
old
of
school
stuff.
move.
Yeah, they
That's
don't got it. They don't. Yeah, they ain't got it like that. But
hey, hey, Ron, that's the
but
move. That's that move from the movie theater. You know when you go on your first date in the movie theater, and the guy like he stretches out and then he puts his arm around the back of the seat.
she's doing a good. She's flirting with them. They're believing it, and they're buying into it, and that's bringing out the confidence in the guys for a little bit. But the problem is, I think it's a little acting going on with her, so it's a little false confidence, and that could be not good in a ready to love segment. You
Oh,
really need to
okay.
know where you're at.
down the
You try
road.
that with the wrong woman now, going forward and stuff, and thinking you're this, is she'll correct you real quick.
Okay, so Tommy meets with the ladies, and he asks them their the bottom of the men, and we get some names like Richie. We get Xavier called out. They've got different people that they feel like for whatever reason did not quite meet the level or the mark that they wanted them to meet. And Tommy says, "Okay, so let's get the guys up." And we get up Xavier, call him forward, and he seems a little surprised. And we got to call Richie up to the forward, and unfortunately, Richie was voted off. Um, I kind of hate that because I was enjoying Richie, but I did feel like there was maybe the ladies expected something different from Richie that they weren't receiving. What did you think, Jr.?
Uh, yeah, I just think as we kind of said last week, I think he's the youngest guy on the show. Um, I think that there may have been some level of one, thinking that he's a bit immature for the type of guy that they may be looking for. They want a guy a bit more seasoned, bit older. But at the same time, there are a couple of ladies who I think are looking for younger men. So I just don't think he connected with enough people in order to stay on. It's not a knock against him. I just think he
Yeah,
was just in that unfortunate situation.
right, right. That's so true. Okay, thank you for that. Ron, what about you? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I just think, like I said, of me knowing him as a family member, he's, like I said, stuff he was saying was true. Like, I know he was thrown off with the masculine comments that they kind of gave, because it's a 7 Mile Detroit. Like, he the only real stepper up there with all them guys. Like, you don't mess with Richie. You know what I mean? At all. Like, he would get with any of them by far. Like, he's raised on that side. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's used to, maybe, and he does get attention from a lot of women, but it's women
I
from the
thought he was
from the
attractive.
block. You know what I mean? So, imagine Richie pulling up on 7 Mile up to the gas station with the nice bike and the tats and the hair coming on there, and he ain't not afraid to go talk to any stranger or woman that is not his. He is no fear. And going up there and saying, "Hey, baby, this, da, da, da," he gonna get the number. We on the west side of Detroit, you know what I mean? We in the hood. He gonna get it, and he gonna schedule a date, and it's gonna go well. So he's used to, or even in that type of segment, or that part of the
Hmm.
hood, he's known as a pretty boy. You know what I mean? So he gonna get the attention, and that's what he's used to. But when you're going on Ready to Love, there's an Oprah segment to this. And
Okay, Oprah segment.
the women gonna be trying to wear their best stuff, and they gonna want a certain type of man that's custom
A
to
little more
wearing a suit.
corporate, a little more corporate,
Yeah, a
maybe.
lot of more corporate look and a lot of more corporate attitude, because that's just kind of the show. That's what we think the show is. We even think the show is get you a nice corporate man or get you a very religious man. But that's the crowd. The women are gonna play towards the crowd of the show, and that's just what the crowd of the show is. It ain't get you a man off 8 Mile. You know what I mean? That's it is. But what I mean, for the type of women that he's in, what I mean, talks to and stuff like that, that's their type. So it's just different types on what it is.
Oh yeah,
But I think, like I said, the
absolutely.
only thing that probably hurt him was when they were like, he's not emasculated. And fool was like, please, it went
That,
down. I'll be the only one here that, you know what I mean, ain't
that would protect you. Yeah, I think though too. Around, I got to ask you this: what do you think? I think that too. One of the things that maybe some of the women got a little turned around about was because of the motorcycle. And even though I see here in Detroit, lots of motorcycles in the summer, through the fall, they pretty much, my neighbors and put their bikes away. They got them, housed in the garage now. But not everybody is a motorcycle babe. So I think that for some of the ladies, that motorcycle thing sounded kind of scary.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit is scary.
Well,
And
yeah, it can be. It can be if you don't know where to go, where not to go,
yeah, you know what I mean. So
or
like,
what
and I
not to
know,
do.
you know,
Yeah, it's a big
he knows
city.
no fear. You know, he's a no fear guy. You know, he ain't gonna
Yeah.
be a motorcycle, if it's skydiving, if you in a spot, somebody pull out a pistol, whatever, he ain't gonna shake.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
just who he is. You know what I mean? He been around all that. So like, it ain't no. It's just like I said on this show. This is an Oprah aspect to it. This is regular Tommy Miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tats, long hair, motorcycle,
Yeah.
West Side,
Well, I
Detroit
noticed
mentality. You know what I mean?
lots of the ladies seem to have tats on this season. So,
They do,
you
but
know,
you see, they're trying to cover it up a little. You know what I mean? They're trying to go with a different persona because they want a persona that sells. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
okay.
And you know, that's where it becomes where in reality, if Rich pulled up on, you know what I mean, on someone, maybe some of the girls, stuff like that, and start talking this talk and stuff like that, he knows it probably might work. But and like I said, in this segment, he wasn't ready for the politics of it. And I know because I talked to him before the show. He wasn't ready for the actual politics of the show. And I was like, man, you're not even, I knew he wasn't ready. Because he wasn't believing me when I was letting him know to get ready for this. Like he put on the blazers. He wasn't even gonna wear that on these stars. So at least he listened to that. But yeah, when I'm trying to explain the politics of the show, it wasn't grasping. So I was like, man, just you're gonna be you. Yeah.
Well,
I was also going to say that
LC, what is he trying to cover up? I'm lost.
Cover
I
up
was,
what?
Cover it up. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I was also going to say like he
Yes.
didn't like we already spoke about the two gents who kind of leveled up a little bit. You know, they went up in the ladies' estimation just from a change of outfit,
Hmm.
bit of confidence. Cardi and Devon, they
Right.
kind of got complimented more, and the second time around.
Hmm.
And as I said, I didn't see the scene. I didn't see Richie in many scenes to
I
even
didn't either. That was the
to
thing.
see. Yeah. So you know, it's unfortunate, but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think he received the same boost in confidence, and not that he needed it, but the ladies kind of still. I don't think they noticed a significant difference the second time around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying now, LC, and thanks for stopping through. Guys, El Cid has asked that we hit the like button. So don't forget, hit the like button. If you aren't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe because we got a whole season ahead of us in Detroit and we want to get through it together as a community. So, like I said, Richie got eliminated. Now we move over to the ladies and we've got up for elimination. We've got these two ladies. We've got Ashante and we've got Diamond, the lawyer. And like Ron said, apparently lawyers don't always do so well on this show because guess who got eliminated? My girl Diamond. Like what? How y'all gonna eliminate Diamond? I liked her. Now, true enough, I will say I did not feel like the dress she wore on the second mixer was as flattering on her figure as it could have been. So I don't know if that's part of the reason or just kind of like her reservedness. I think she was a little more reserved than some of the other ladies. What did you think, JR?
Yeah, I think you know a couple of the times when she sat down to really open up and have conversations, she was interrupted twice while she was on the couch sitting down trying to get to know people.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yes she
Yeah,
was.
so um, that kind of hindered her a little bit, and it's no fault of her own. It was just the other lady saw an opportunity to come and maybe pull the guy away or mingle a bit more, and it interrupted the conversation and whatever. So um, yeah, she just didn't make the cut, unfortunately. Um, and again, no shade to her or no knock against her personally. I just think she just didn't connect as much, and she may not have given off the flirtatious vibes that say Dominique was.
That's a trick that a lot of modern women, I feel like, do not know how to flirt. And I've had women at work, younger women at work, ask me because they don't seem to know how to flirt, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought that kind of came naturally to women, but yeah, I guess sometimes you do have to be told or taught things that you do, ways that you cock your head, ways that you look at a man, and just things to say that are flirty without being over the top, you know? But yeah, good point. Good point, JR. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it for me
Oh,
on her.
okay. And what about you, Ron? How did you feel about the situation that Diamond was sent home?
Yeah, like I said, I think he did a good job of really getting to know the men. I thought she was really genuine. I didn't think he came off masculine or aggressive. But it's still a mixer. A mixer to me is still a meat market. Men are going to judge off the looks they want first, and I just think she kind of got thrown into that bucket. And people care about that type of stuff. Like I said, they don't care about that you're a lawyer or you got that big house or you might have pulled up in the newest bins and things of that nature as men. And men been trying to tell you women this forever. we want we want the feminine, sexy, your looks, take care of your body, all that type of stuff is what they've been screaming to the top of their lungs. And women still career. And sometimes they just don't come out that way. But yeah, I think the men gets made a meat market mixer decision. Just like women do it off men all height here. So I don't get too mad at the women when they get rid of the short guys first, whatever it is, because the men do the same thing. So I just think, yeah, it was just basically built more on attraction than anything else. I don't think she did anything wrong when talking
Anything
to the men.
wrong?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she flirted well. I think he really was the one who really got to know the men, and I think he was the most genuine woman out of all the ones that were out here. Like she really wanted her
Yeah.
time to meet the guys and things of that nature. I don't think it was really a situation with her going in survival mode and trying to stay on. I think she just wanted to try to find a match. And she said it herself. And when women say this, or even when a man says this, I know they were really on here for the right attention when they say, you know what, I don't know if my match is really here. That means you really explored what was here and on the table and under the surface of a lot of the people to figure out if you even had a match here. Because you got to remember, it's still only 10 people here. Just because you don't find your match here don't mean you're not ready to love or anything about you. Like I said, I can find 10 people at the gas station right now. So I think, like I said, she did nothing wrong. I think she put her best foot forward, and it was just based on they made a decision based on attraction.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's about it. We're headed back next week with the skating party, and I'm really looking forward to that because back in the day, I don't know who knows with Northland Roller Rink on.
Northland.
Yeah, Northland on West 8 Mile. That used to be my spot.
That
Okay,
was my neighborhood.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the roller rink deal next week. Any predictions? Any favorites from you, Ron?
It'd be good to see, like I said, the other men they're coming back in,
Yes.
and a lot of them are real with it. You know what I mean? So I want to see the new guys with this new fake level of confidence match up with the real men who had the real confidence and see how that fares.
You're wrong. You are so wrong, but so right at the same time.
And the women too. I want to see because like I said, the women putting them actress jobs and I have a connection with Cardi and I have a connection with Devon. But when the other men come around and you don't need them men no more for their votes, I want to see how quick they run to the other guys and leave them in the dust. And then we say, okay, that was fake. And then and then those men start to feel a type of way about the whole process and the situation because they're like, okay, this ain't. It dawns on them that this ain't as real as they thought it was.
Right, right. That's true. That's true. Anything else you want to add before we get ready to sign off and shimmy and shake on out of here, Ron?
Yeah, I guess like I said, I bring it up since he did get eliminated, but You saw on the scene that Richie did get eliminated. Richie's real name is Rob. Rob is a family member. He did pass away after the show on a motorcycle accident. Coincidence to that was his love. Like I said, truly missed. Good person. As a family, we miss him truly. Yeah, and I'll bring up something else because I always wanted to bring this, and like I said, I've gotten past to the point where I hate on the show because, like I said, this is my fraternity. This is my I'm part of this, and no matter how I feel about some certain situations and stuff, I still try to show support for all the castmates and the entertainment purposes of the show and even production and everything they got going on. And I hope the show lasts another 20, 30 years on the air. But it's something about that first person eliminated, guy or girl. And I'll tell you the truth. I've met a lot of them from all over different seasons. And it's a weight that they carry, man. It's not a good situation. I've seen what it has done to some of my castmates carrying that weight of being the first one eliminated, and none of the stories are good. Maybe like my boy Savage, Tyrone in DC, who was already the man kind of before he got on the show and got eliminated first. But besides him, everybody else kind of went through it.
Really?
And I'm talking about, I can name situation after situation after situation that's not good. Where people have said, man, that being the first eliminated on that show has changed that person. That person not the same person. That person has now lost best friends because they're a different person. That person has gained massive amount of weight. That person has health problems now. That person they can't stop bringing it up years and years later. They just can't get out of their mind, so they hold that weight. So I'm just saying that where I hope the one day production maybe finds another way of the eliminate process than the eliminating the first people so early and things of that nature, because it is a psychological. It ain't just feeling that you're not wanted by the other people there that that are looking for love and stuff like that. But the way they do it, you get eliminated so quick. You've now told all your loved ones and everybody that you're about to be on this show, and you got this opportunity and things of that nature, and you're barely on there. Ain't a lot. This is day one still. You can check. and you're, like I said, my season, people were eliminated before the game even came on. And I was like, y'all still got time to go back and watch the football game.
Oh,
I didn't even finish my champagne, half my champagne, and I'm a fast drinker. And somebody was talking about eliminations already. You know what I mean? So, and then the show goes on, all the storylines go on. We're all on the show still, so we're in the know. You at the house. Nobody informs you on anything was going on. You don't, what I mean? You don't get another call to back to the reunion. It's like you was never even on there. But you've showed, what I mean? You've told everybody that you're on there. You are on there because you are a castmate. And I always like look at the first one eliminated as I look at the last one eliminated. You're the same person. Like, what I mean? You just got a bad luck of the draw when it came to whatever it was. But, what I mean? You're still a castmate, still love you, the same as everybody else. But yeah, the way they do it is, I just think it wasn't right. And then they have them go to the reunion sometimes. They got to sit for 5 hours in the reunion. They don't give them a lot of lines in that either. And it's just like, let's try to get back to treating every cast member, whether you're the first one, the last one, the middle, with some respect, some dignity, and the same, because we're all the same. You're only as good as your edit when it comes to this. Like I said, I saw Charles Barkley get on ESPN the other day, and he said, media. He was talking about media. He was like, if you're real nice to media, you're going to be fine. If you're not in good type with media, you're not. He said, some of the best guys I know got a bad reputation because they're not cool with media. He said some of the worst guys I know got the best reputation you'll see because they're cool with media. Production's kind of the same way. So you can't judge anybody on, on who was last, first, middle, and stuff like that. We are all, one thing I can say about every castmate, and I've probably met more castmates than any other castmate who's ever been on the show because I've traveled, I've been to every city, I've met a lot of them. We're all pretty much the same. You'll have, very once in a while you'll run into a Big Mike that was on season 1, or a Clifton who got a little extra swag and a little extra something, and that's why they go on and do
that
more
Big
stuff
Mike
on TV and things of that nature, because they just had a certain different talent than everybody else. Everybody else in the same book. Everybody else, I wish you would think you were better than anybody else. I mean, you were the same as him, as her, as that. And you came on the show and you were just doing that. So we don't look at it as judging anybody as different. And I guess, like I said, I don't like that demeanor of the show where you have two people that they're first eliminated. And then the way they do it, where they keep them kind of away from what's going on with the show until the very end. I wish they would change that segment. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, you spoke very well. I mean, it's got to be hard. Like, it's really got to be hard. I haven't lost anybody in my family, and that's because my family is so small too. But I haven't lost anybody in my family in quite a while. But it's always painful to lose someone that you love, and just seeing him on the show, like, he's so vibrant. I could not believe when I found out that he's no longer with us on this plane, right? And I was hoping, and I'm not going to say that they haven't, because maybe there's something coming up. I couldn't quite figure out why on this episode they didn't include something to say condolences to the family, that type of thing, right? I just couldn't figure it out. So, but I'm looking forward to the episodes that are forthcoming to see if maybe there's something that they're going to do or say. But again, condolences to you, Ron, for your cousin Rob. Okay, because we know him as Richie, but to you he's Rob. So, and I'm very appreciative that you came on my platform to speak about this, because I think it was something that people really need to hear from a family member, right? And with that being said, anything else, Ron?
Yeah. We're good at that. And like I said, he's the first cast member I think I know that has passed away. So yeah, I would give them faith of giving him, a proper tribute or sneaking it in and putting it somewhere, because like I said, it is a family. They understand this is a family mechanism of castmates and stuff that all, look out and care for each other. Like I said, we're like that as a cast. Like I said, I go to DC, I go to Detroit, I go to Miami, wherever like that. I can go online, hit up a cast member, and they say, yo, pull up. Like, that's how we are. So
right. It seems like you guys are close. It seems like it.
We understand. We understand all the behind the scenes stuff. Like, we get it. So yeah, everybody's cool. We try to look out for each other and things of that nature. Like I said, I'm in a Ready to Love men's group chat that's going off right now. Everybody trying to figure out where to meet up at and things of that nature. So yeah. So yeah, I give in production and stuff knows that stuff about us. So I think they're gonna do something for the reunion for them. But yeah, and like I said, when I was telling about the first people eliminating and stuff, I was not insinuating that he was carrying that load in his head. You know what I mean? In the motorcycle reason, and that was the reason he passed. No, nothing even close to that. I've been wanting to say that for a long time, because I get seeing how it has affected other castmates that I care about from a mental standpoint. And yeah, and I just never liked it. I just thought, if and they've seen the pattern, so I'm like, you guys know what's going on. You could try to change that format up a little bit. And they did. I think they could.
Right.
They could have eliminated people the first episode. They gave them a second episode in. You know what I mean? It's
right. That was the one thing about this season already, the start of it, that I saw that was different. But to your point, too, is, we've been saying for a while, and I know you stand for as a mental health advocate. We've been saying for a while, us bloggers, YouTubers, that all of these shows, not just Ready to Love, but Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, all of the shows that we cover and watch, we feel like they need to have therapists on hand to talk to these people, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things going on, lots of moving parts, and it is emotionally stressful and draining. And I think it can put people in a bad mental health place. I really do.
It is. The hard part is we don't know what's going to be shown. We don't know or what's going to be shown. What you did on the show was good.
Ron, I don't know if it's your microphone or if it's my headset, but I can
It
barely
could
hear
it
you.
could be mine. Can you hear me now?
Now, yes, now I can. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So yeah. The hardest part is you have no control of what is going to be put on screen. You no control, zero. No say
Right.
so, no not. So, like I said, it's up to their discretion of what they put up there. So it ain't. It's a lot of film going on. You know what I mean? It's hours of films on each person. And I
Hmm.
tell everybody, like I said, that's why as a castmate, we don't judge nobody because we know they got enough dirt on all of us to make you look like a king or make you look like the devil. Like they got enough on every single person, and you don't have no control of what they're gonna produce out there and what they're not and what's going on. You just gotta go with it, and not knowing until it's actually on screen when you watch it on people is it could be a little nerve-wracking within itself for a lot of people. So it's just it's stressful situation. But I do want to let castmates and future castmates know that go in there with the right mindset. It's gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Nobody's gonna judge you for too long. Most of the people that see me just happy to see that they saw somebody on TV. You know what I mean? Ain't no big deal. You know, you're gonna get through it and back to your life and everything's gonna be fine.
Okay.
And you'll have a nice family of castmates now, in our fraternity, our sorority to chat with and come visit and things of that nature to come with it. So it's a good deal. I don't want to discourage anybody for not signing up or anything like that. Do it, but just go in the proper mindset and you'll be
Right.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Very well said. Very well said. And Jr. What do you have to say? Anything as we wrap up? What you're looking forward to this season, or any highlights that you saw that stuck out to you for next week?
Well, first of all, condolences again, Ron, and
Yes.
for Richie and all that. And yeah, like I definitely, I'm just as a viewer, I can see that there is like a. Sorry, that's my lights. I can definitely see why there would be an added pressure. You're in front of the cameras. You got to worry about connecting with people. Plus, you don't know how you're going to be edited when the show airs and what scenes you're going to have and whatnot. So, I can definitely, you know, relate. Well, show some empathy to those cast members who are going through it. Like Ron said, um, going forward, I think the roller skating um, date looks very interesting. I think you're going to see some connections formed. There are going to be some ladies who may be pretending to fall over and expect the guy to kind of be
That
there
trick.
to grab her and put his arms around her and
Oh
all of that.
yeah. Put your
So
arms around the waist.
yeah, so there may be some touchy feely type connections going on there, and also it's a fun date. So um, you may see people's walls come down a bit more or preferences slightly change due to the interactions they have. So yeah, we'll see who has fun and see who which connections are formed. So that looks interesting. And then we also see there is some contention coming up. There is going to be something that goes down in the men's lounge
Oh yeah.
where, yeah, like I don't know how heavy the beef is, but it definitely looks like there's some type of clash that's going to take place.
It does. It really, really does. Okay, well, with that said, guys, we're going to shimmy and shake on out of here. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Those of you who watch Married at First Sight, Kimberly Reviews and I will be live tomorrow about the same time, 6:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please feel free to join us because I got a lot to say about them crazy people, Belinda and Brittany and Crazy Rhonda and Will. You big liar, you. But okay, but anyway, we will see you next Sunday, or we will see you Tuesday. And that being said, guys, have a great week. Thank you.